I once went on a date with a guy who was kind and funny and honest and curious. We revealed ourselves to be gentlemen, humbled and flawed and real, and I can't express this enough, honest. Our interactions were underlined like earthquakes with how broken we were, both of us. That joke about what life would be like if emotional scars were visible, how the ability to see experience would have us all looking like the moon, covered in craters, each cavity representing some surface altering moment when the realities of the world shifted our perception of everything. The then and the now. For some of us, they are giant emerald statues of liberty on display from the start in the harbor. For others, they are subdued time capsules packaged and buried in the backyard of a childhood home with the hope that maybe a tree would grow there. Say what you will about the meteorite that left them, each crater's size and timing affecting how we, rock solid, rotate and adjust, bracing for impact, how each of us have surfaces that are marvelously compelling and drastically different, how some of us are completely unaware of these imprints, and how some of us are only always forever taking shape, like moons, awaiting the arrival of astronauts, like the moment when aforementioned gentleman reached up and touched one of my visible scars, like Apollo 11, like the painting of God and Adam, like E.T. Ouch. He does this with a type of innocent curiosity that escapes gravity, that shatters a fourth wall I didn't even know existed, causing me to well up into a torrential release of emotion that neither of us could have predicted. He could have left, but he didn't. He stayed, and we sobbed over a late night order of chicken nuggets. For most of us, they are invisible, untouched, unpronounceable milestones that affect the very fabric of who we are and how we respond to the everything. Your first breakup, your first funeral, the first time you fell off your bike, that time you were lied to, and that time you were caught lying. However, you first came to know honesty, pain, or fatigue, the way you process things emotionally, how old you were when such events occurred, and the order in which you experienced them, how others respond around you, all of this unmeasurable data. If we could see all of that on the surface, honestly, if you have gotten this far and you still know what I'm talking about, if you have imagined yourself as the moon, natural satellite, if this all makes sense to you, remember it. The next time you interact with anybody, imagine what their version of the moon looks like. Imagine all the meteors you'll never know anything about. Take that in, revel in that, be honest with yourself about how much you've been through, and give that other person the same benefit of the same doubt. And then, and this is the important part, don't compare. Don't think for 1 second that you look any better in the eclipse. Do not entertain the idea that your craters are deeper or more formed with better influence. You can never know these things. They are immeasurable and incomparable. Just know, as hard as it is to know this, that we have all been hurt a few too many times in this life. Even that person you're thinking about right now.